Welcome back, YouTube. This is Dave Lucas with Injection Molding Skills and More. So today's video, we are going to go over gate freeze study. So this is one of my favorite ones to do if you're looking for a way to optimize your process to actually get your cycle time down. Because what you're trying to do here and what you're trying to accomplish with this test is to speed up your cycle and not pack out the parts longer than you need to. So think about it this way. If you're putting more material into a gate, a sub gate or something like that, what you're doing is you're actually packing out that runner or the sub gate or whatever you're doing. You're not actually packing out the part anymore at all. So think about this, okay? So let's jump into this process here. So the purpose of this test is to determine the point at which the gate begins to freeze off and the pack and hold pressure can be removed. This is to ensure that the process is optimized and that no time is wasted pressurizing the already frozen gate, okay? So it could be the gate itself, it could be the runner itself, it could be a sub gate to where you're filling through a valve gate system into a runner, then into the part. So think about this. This is very critical. All right, so the procedure on this. You load your tool first, get it set up in the press. Then you're going to optimize your process, get it where you want it to be running. Make sure it's running, pretty optimal parts, what you want. Set the machine to what would be considered a long pack or hold time, okay? So then what you're going to do is number 4, you're going to take a sample from that setting and label it number 1. Slightly decrease the pack and hold time and then allow the machine to stabilize for 1 to 2 minutes, or 2 shots, 1 to 2 shots, okay? Usually what I do is I let it run a couple shots, then take the next one. 7, take a sample from these settings and label that part sample 2. Repeat steps 5, 6, and 7 until 15 samples have been collected. This is very important, guys. You need to be doing this. Weigh each part on a scale and record the part weight. Record fill time and peak injection pressure from machine displays. Okay? Repeat this process 10 times. It's very important, okay? So what I did is I kind of broke it down for you guys on a graph here, and I will put the graph down here somewhere to show you guys. You got your samples here. So what you got is you have your hold time in seconds. You have your part weight in grams. So what you usually do is you can start off with, if you have a very, very small part, you can start off with a half a second and do these in half seconds or 1 second. But this illustrates, 2 seconds here, you record the weight. 3 seconds, you record the weight. 4 seconds, record the weight. 5 seconds, record the weight. What you're doing is you're making a graph all the way out, okay? That is what you're trying to do. You're trying to make this graph to where you got your part weight right here. So then what's going to happen is, let me erase this. So what's going to happen is you're going to have your scale down here. Like, let's say this is 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, all the way across. Well, that graph will just start going like this. Your part weight will start going like this. Then all of a sudden it'll taper off like this. So what you're trying to find is you're trying to find out where that X is going to be at, where the part stops getting weight into the part, okay? That's what you're looking for. So let's say it takes 4 seconds to freeze the gate off. Then you'll either go a half a second longer or 1 second longer than where it's at. That way you definitely know it's frozen off, you've got it packed out, you don't have no sinks, you don't have any of that stuff to where you understand. So always start off, like I said, if you have a small part, start off with 0.5, then 1, then 1.5, then 2. Just keep going up like that. You're trying to accomplish this. So once you get the process set up, try this your next time you start a process and see if it does this. See if it starts increasing, and then all of a sudden drops off. So like on here, This, you might do all this all the way down. This might be a bigger part. Once you get down to the end, you'll see that maybe it stays like this, 370.5, 370.5, and it doesn't change. Well, then you know that's where your X is going to be at. So again, this process on this really will help you out to optimize your process and to get your cycle times down a lot faster, to run more parts in a quicker time period. So again, this is this is what you have. I put over here the graph to show you guys everything and to show you the flow chart of how this chart goes. So if you guys would, please like, share, and subscribe. Next week I will have the repeatability test, I think is what it is. Or no, it ain't. It's process window will be next week. I already did the repeatability test. So next week I will do the process window, which is pretty intense. It's like a big file. So I'll try to go over that next week with you guys. Remember, please like, share, and comment. Let others know about the channel. I really do appreciate the support back to the channel. Until next week, peace.